Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Coops Fitness. If you're new here, make sure to like this video and give me a subscribe right away. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about probably one of the best exercises, including, or more specifically, one of the best exercises for building strength, and one of the best exercises that can lead to hypertrophy the long term, especially if you do it right, especially if you stay consistent and are really good at progressing in load and everything like that. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because it is a little bit controversial and popular belief for some people. Now, it's the deadlift, right? Now, a lot of people, they avoid deadlift because it's a hard exercise, and what I really wanted to get out there is a lot of people, I think, are making the excuse, or they are using the excuse of, I want to look aesthetic, I want to put on muscle, I want to look toned, I want to look more defined, whatever, right? I want to increase muscle tone, I want to get muscular, I just care about that, I just want to look good, and I don't want to be a power lifter, right? And that's a great opportunity for someone to make the excuse to not deadlift. But here's the deal. Here's the deal with people who think that way. It comes back at them. And here's why. The building block, the main foundational building block for getting jacked like some people want, the foundational building block is strength. It is load. But more specifically, it is an increase in load. It's overload. Progression, right? Progressive overload. You have to adapt all your muscles to what you're normally used to lifting if you want to improve and grow, right? And so for the deadlift, it's actually the best exercise for hypertrophy, contrary to what a lot of people believe. A lot of people believe it's only built for strength because it's a big strength exercise that's meant for strength. That's why it's the main powerlifting lift, right? But no, it's depending on how you program it, depending on how you do the deadlift, it's for strength and hypertrophy. Strength's gonna give you hypertrophy because that is the main building block of building muscle. That's the main building block of challenging your muscles to grow bigger and stronger. So that's one really important thing that's really key to address here. Okay, so the deadlift, absolutely, it is for strength. If you're a power lifter, that's obviously a deadlift move, but that's not the only circumstance where you should be deadlifting. And that's probably the biggest message that I want to get across today, is that it is essential, like it is critical that you are deadlifting if you want hypertrophy. Like, I don't care what some of the other influencers say, you do need to deadlift if you want that. You need to get that strength up. The deadlift is an exercise for the whole entire posterior chain, which means that it's working basically like, well, it's working not only half your entire body, but it's actually going to work more than half, to be honest. Probably around at least 60%. Because here's the deal. It'll work your whole posterior chain, so the entire back of you, which includes your calves, your hamstrings, your gluteals, your low back, so your erectors, works your lats a little bit when you squeeze, retract at the top, your traps, right, because you're holding the bar, picking it up off the ground. You're getting a contraction in your triceps with a straight arm, an isometric contraction, right? The only muscle that it really doesn't work is your chest and front delts. Your chest and front delts are really the only muscle groups that are relaxing. They would be like the antagonist muscles, the muscles that are relaxing when you do the exercise, right? And that's it. It's just your front delts and your chest, right? Because you're getting all work back here. And your abdominals are working like hell because they're your stabilizers, right? You're engaging your core. So the deadlift is a total body movement. Okay, we got that out of the way, right? It works pretty much every muscle in the entire body. And people are trying to say it's bad for building muscle. Well, what do you need to do to build muscle? Well, you need to get stronger, right? A lot of people just care about aesthetics. A lot of people just kind of care about how they look and wanting to look good in the mirror and get a pump and, you know, become somewhat muscular and call that ripped, call that jacked, call that being an aesthetic. But what a lot of people are not taking into consideration is really the how, like the actual how, right? The key to getting serious growth and the key to putting on good quality muscle is not going in there, going through the motions, attempting to train for aesthetics and just getting a pump, just working like 8 to 6, I don't know, like 10 to 12 reps, 8 to 12 reps, 15 reps, right? If you can go past 15 reps, you're not challenging your muscles enough with the load. Like if you can do 12 reps, you're probably not challenging the load enough. It's about heavy weight. Muscles respond to heavy weight. The key is strength. Okay, and so, but then again, this argument that deadlift, that if you want to look lean and toned, if you want to be muscular, if you want to be jacked, there's kind of this sort of debate out there and this argumentative opinion that you should not deadlift if you want those muscle gains, and that deadlift is only for strength, deadlift is only for powerlifting, this, that. You got to understand that it's all about how it's programmed. It's about how it's programmed. Like that is probably the biggest thing to take away from. If you're powerlifting and only training for strength to see how much you can lift, like a 1 to 5 rep max, then you're going to be really slapping on the load. Then it's really for strength, right? It's how you program it, right? You go super heavy, like to the extreme, for like super low reps and super high sets, right? That's how it works in powerlifting. But you don't have to program it that way, right? There's so many different ways you can program any exercise, including deadlift. As a matter of fact, deadlift is the one exercise that you can program so many different ways. Like just think of how many different variations are out there with the Romanian deadlifts, the dumbbell deadlifts, one leg deadlift, right? Just a body weight deadlift. Just think of so many different variations out there to work your whole posterior chain. Overload it with more weight each week, right? To get it stronger so you can build muscle. So with exercises like that, really, really key and really important for building muscle. So that's it for this video. Hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.